So I thought I'd hop on real quick today because there's one particular common thread that keeps coming up in my practice the past couple of weeks. And I want to address it because it is so common, and it is the one thing that is preventing us from integrating the higher frequencies of our truest identity as God Spark. It is the one thing that is preventing us from manifesting the life of our dreams. And I want to talk about that one thing today on the show. Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Lisa, EnergieGal Holistic Wellness. It is my passion to create safe space for us on our spiritual journey, that awakening, the remembering, the discovering and being who we are. So let's dig in to the topic today. And I'm going to tell you, the reason I can talk about this is because I swam in the deep end of it for so long. And by so long, I mean like 50 some odd years. What is that thing that keeps us from realizing our pure potential, for waking up to remembering who we are, and for manifesting the life of our dreams? Have you guessed it yet? Yeah. It's lack mentality. It is victimhood mentality. It's a victimology. It is a paradigm, a program that is running subconsciously. We don't even know that it's in the backdrop, and it's all about lack and all about victimhood. Well, I've talked about that before, but I'm going to take just a little different take on it today. I want to talk about what's needed to be a victim. What do you need to be a victim? Well, you need a bully. And if you don't have a bully on the inside of you, which we can talk about that, you'll find a bully on the outside of you if you're holding on to that victim mentality. On the inside, you can be both victim and bully. But what I find a lot of times happens is someone holds on to the frequency of victimology, of poor me, of this isn't fair, why is it always me? I'm the one everybody has to come to. It's this savior complex. It's this lack. It's this lack of vision. And it's small thinking. It's tiny egoic thinking that revolves around the fact that you're just going to have to work so hard to make it happen. And in the end, it's never really quite fair. There's blame, there's shame, there's guilt. These are all steeped in. There's frustration, there's anger. These are all steeped in, baked right in to victimology and lack mentality. And we need a bully on the outside so that we can dance. If all there is victim, well, victim needs the bully to be able to victimize it. So what I've been coming up in my client practice in the past couple of weeks is clients coming in with a victimology and really frustrated with the bullies that are on the outside of them. We haven't even gotten to the bullies that are on the inside, but just the bullies that are on the outside. Case in point, and I just take all sorts of client sessions and conglomerate them into one, so it's not one person that I'm talking about. But there was a particular situation, say, where the victim is trying to come out of this victimhood, realizes that they're being bullied by the other one, and this was their response. You really want to talk like that? Oh, that's good. Super. Awesome. I can't even believe you talked like that. Really? That's what comes out of your pie hole? So here the victim realizes that they are being bullied, but their response is what? To bully right back. Continuing the shame, blame, victim, and bully dance. Do you see what happened there? The victim understands they're being bullied. So what do? They bully right back, making the other one be the victim, continuing the dance. And that is keeping both of them out of paradise. There ain't no heaven there. Just a whole lot of hell. So I want to talk about 3 ways, well, maybe just 2. Let's go with 2 because this is getting to be long. 2 ways that you can adequately respond to a bully if you are having a conversation with someone and they bully you. Let's say the situation is that the person says something to you and it's nasty. Here's the first thing you can do. No response at all. No response at all. Keep your face neutral. Keep your energies in you and grounded. Keep focused on your heart chakra. Keep standing in your power, but make no response. If the bully doesn't have a victim, the bully can't keep bullying. And so you just make no response at all. Okay? And at times that's appropriate. I had a woman one time who was telling me that her sister would bully her when they were on the phone. And I said, well, instead of defending yourself, which continues the bully victim mentality, why don't you just not respond at all? Let it be crickets. Just crickets. No response. And I said, that will have your sister have to say something. She'll either say, did you hear me? And then you can say, I did. Let them lead that conversation then. Oh yeah, I heard what you said. Okay, so that's one response. The other response is this. I always envision the one who is bullying me to be about 4 years old. And so I try to see them through the heart of love as this child who's 4 years old and clearly does not know any better, because if they knew better, they would do better. At some level, this person is unconscious to their own glory, and so they are bullying. They must be terribly hurt to have to slosh that bullying stuff all over me. So here's what I'll do. If it's possible, ideal situation, especially if I know the person, I will find a safe place to, like put my hand on their shoulder. Safe place, hand on their shoulder, maybe between their shoulder blades. And I will look them eye to eye. So if they're sitting, I'll sit down next to them. And I will just take a pause and a breath for just a moment. And then I'll say this. I would like it if you would repeat what you just said so that we both can hear that. And I say it just like that. I don't say it like, oh yeah, try repeating that. No. Heart conscious, aware of my power that I allow to stay in me, and I stand strong in it. And I say, with my hand on their shoulder, looking into their eyes, taking just a bit of a breath, kind of slows everything down, brings them into the now moment. I would like it if you would repeat that, what you just said, so that we both can hear it. And this is going to do a couple of different things. It's going to make them hear what they said, or at least that there was something that was said that was offensive. A lot of times they don't even realize they said it. So now they have to be like, oh, God, what did I say? I said, oh, did I say that? Or maybe they'll just repeat it again and you'll say, okay. Just was making sure. But don't respond out of, they made me feel so bad. Or how could they? Stop the victimology. You're only being bullied if you frame it that way, if you hear what they had to say, you stand in your power, hand on their shoulder blade, look into their eyes, pause for just a mini breath. I was wondering if you would just take a moment and repeat what you just said and see where the conversation goes from there. Stay in your power. You do not have to agree with what they said. Maybe they were just saying something like, well, only a schmuck would believe that. Hand down the shoulder blade, look into their eyes, take a deep breath. I would like it if you would repeat what you just said, please, so that we can both hear it. I said you're a schmuck. Oh, okay. I just wanted to make sure that I heard it correctly and that you did too. And from there, the conversation goes on. And if they continue believing that about you and saying those things about you and doing, then you've got a decision to make. Do you want to continue in the relationship? But you definitely do not have to continue in the victim bully relationship. You don't have that. You don't have to have that be the way it is anymore. And you'll find that when you come out of victim bully dance, that either the bully leaves, they just don't want anything to do with you anymore, okie doke, or they start having a conversation around, what's going on here? And you can have a conversation around that. But something's going to happen if you no longer fill your dance card with all sorts of bullies and call yourself the victim. It's a lot. But this is the underbelly. This is the subconscious thought patterns that are playing, that are coming up to be healed, to be seen, to be accepted, to be allowed, to be in conversation with, not to be bullied, not to be shamed, not to be guilted, not to be hidden in a corner, not to be ignored. It's not going to help. But to be processed so that we as a collective can realize our pure potential as God's spark, our true identity as source of love. We are that source. Walking around in 8 billion some odd different little bodies. I would be curious as to how this lands with you. Where do you feel it in your body when I start talking like this? Does it make you angry? Okay, journal that. Let's have a conversation around it. Does it make you feel relieved? Like, oh my God, I see the light at the end of the tunnel. I find a way out. I see the door now that I can step through and get out of this maze. And maybe you are the bully or are responding in bully mode and you're feeling a little humbled, a little seen. Hey, I am here for you on your spiritual journey. I'm an intuitive healer. I love this stuff. I have walked the walk and talked the talk, and I am here to be of assistance to you. So check any of the links below. In the meantime, make sure you take an Epsom salt bath. Maybe check out one of my guided meditations. They're awesome. I download them and then I listen myself and think, these are really good. These are healing. These shift frequencies within. Listen to the frequency sound baths that I put up on Thursdays. And check out the intuitive messages on Mondays. And then on Fridays, grab a seat and hang out with us for our podcast. So It helps us smaller channels if you would like, comment, subscribe, share. I just want to get the word out that I'm here to be of assistance, that we are on a spiritual awakening. We are doing it. It's uncomfortable to some days. Some days it's freaking awesome, but we are doing it. We are doing it, and we are doing it together. So in the meantime, remember that I love you so much. I'm so proud of you and your courage and curiosity and deep compassion. And here's a hug.